I'm going to go out on a limb and suggest that spaghetti bolognese is the most iconic Italian dish that you're going to find worldwide. And we're in the home of that dish today. Welcome to Bologna. We did a pop job into Bologna last year on another trip, but it was dead because it was a public holiday and we had a pretty bad feed. So we made the decision to come back because we heard about its reputation as being the heart of all of the produce of the Emilia Romagna region combined, plus all of the famous dishes as well that come from here. It's a vibrant university town and pretty. So we're going to have a look and we're obviously going to fill our guts with all the goods. You might have seen Eataly shops around the place. It's a concept that was supposed to bring all kinds of produce together in a one-stop shop. That the brand recognition means that if you walk into that store, you're going to get good quality products, whether you're in the States, in Italy, in Australia, etc. There is a Eataly World theme park just outside of Bologna and the little co-op shop here that's attached to a library. In both cases, they get really bad reviews. We're not going to go out to the theme park, but we popped in here to see if there was anything kind of interesting on the menu, and there isn't, and it's quite expensive. I think as well with its location here in Bologna is that it's part of this like block of all of the continental delis and things like that, so it seems like a bit of a gimmick.
So Bologna's not only known for just the key things that we said at the top of the episode, there's a bunch of street food that you can get all around the town, and these are tigella, which are little bread fellas with a bunch of different stuffings in them, and they're only about €2 per pop, so they're pretty cheap and pretty easy to go. We've got some bolognese fella here because we're in Bologna. The bread's a little crispy, flat disc. It's not super hot, and it's surprising, particularly given it's bolognese. It's quite cool inside. But it is delicious, and it's an easy bite and a quick thing to get if you want lunch on the run.
Bologna University is the oldest university in continuous operation in the world, founded in 1088. But that's not the only feather in its cap. It was the first place of study to use the term universitas for higher education, and the first woman in history to attend university graduated from Bologna with a law degree in 1237. Her name was Battista Gozzardini. Among other specialities, the uni is well known for its studies of the natural sciences, especially during the Italian Renaissance when Nicholas Copernicus lived and studied there. We spent a couple of hours poking around the natural science exhibits, which were both graphic and impressive. This is what we get when we do things that you want to do.
Like of the lasagnas that we've had since we've been here, this is definitely tastier. The bechamel's much nicer. It's got better flavours to it, but in the ragu's like slower cooked. It feels like some care's been taken in actually cooking the ragu before putting it in the lasagna. It feels like it's like not minced as meat that's been slowly cooked down over time.
Expensive though.
Yeah, fuck yeah. That's our lunch budget. We only got one of them.
It's a good time. It's really flavoursome, but the pasta is mush. The flavour's good. But what are you going to do with lasagna though? Because you have to make it and have it just like ready to serve.
Yeah.
So it's going to get mushy.
Yeah, of course.
I don't know. It's yummy.
beautiful meaty little parcels because it's what? Porchetta? What's in it?
I don't know.
Pancetta. Anyway, it's salty and it's delicious. It's sharp. It is better than Danielle thinks it's going to be. Could this be the best lasagna in Bologna? It's okay. No, I like it. It's great. It's awesome.
The lasagna is bland. It's bland. He's giving you a propaganda campaign because he wants to say there's really good lasagna in Bologna. We'll try some more. All that glitters is not gold. All that steams with ragu and cheese is not delicious. Hot take.
Now this one really is good. No, it really is good.
Your word is muck.
Oh, well, it's a nice firm pasta, strong porcini flavour rolling through, and it really the mushroom is king in this dish.
You're on, mate. Go on.
Big, it's big to the core. Oh, physics. I'm not gonna enjoy this. I hate spirits. I do. Oh. Talking of gimmicks, check out this fried delight.
What is that sauce?
So, who knows what the sauce is, but this is obviously one of the things that Bologna is home of is the tortellini, and in the pursuit of cooking it every possible way, they fried the little fuckers. They're not as expected. They're not crispy.
Oh.
It just sort of tastes a bit like, I'll tell you a secret, they kind of taste a bit like uncooked tortellini.
Let me just wipe the saliva from my face. No, I want to spend a minute talking about mortadella because it's multifaceted. One, I have a mortadella habit. We'll get to that in a minute. Two, mortadella is said to have come from Bologna. It is native to this area. We get mortadella in Australia, but we also in South Australia have a very specific regional dish of our own called Fritz, which is a South Australian poor man's, not even closely related but almost related version of mortadella, where it's the offal of meats put into a tube, and then we'll have smiley frites. And if you go into the deli counter in a supermarket, the delicatessen lady, who was my mother for 30 years of Coles, shout out Coles, will give you a free slice. So there it is, my culture, your culture, now we're learning something. Two, mortadella in the States is called bologna. The processed meat slab that they get is called bologna, derived from here in Bologna.
It's also called bologna in other parts of Australia that's not South Australia. Fritz is only South Australian, nowhere else.
That's what I said.
No, you said America.
What? Bologna doesn't exist outside of... in Australia?
Yes.
No.
Myself and my sister grew up calling it bologna.
In New South Wales, they call it Devon. In South Australia, we call it Fritz. Sure, the rest of Australia calls it bologna. In the States, they call it bologna. I digress. I have a mortadella habit. I love it thinly sliced, like prosciutto. I go through about 300 grams every 2 days. Well, I'm trying to curb it. here in Italy. At home, no, but since moving to Italy, yes. And we're going to go get a mortadella snack. Long story short, we're going to go get a mortadella snack. You can get mortadella in like cones, in cups, in wraps, in all sorts of things, really chunky, and they'll sell it in big chunky slabs. But I'm not interested in that. I just want it to be thinly sliced on its own. But I'm going to try it in a little wrap here. It smells really good. The fried bread is not crispy. So I think it's been fried and then reheated. I don't know if that's legit or just because it's mid-afternoon. Yeah, I'm into it. Oh, my mortadella, more thinly sliced. Even though it's all clumped together, I don't know. I can tell the difference. Am I calling myself a connoisseur? No, but I like what I like. Oh shit, yeah. That's the best one we've had. The sauce is really rich, it's really flavourful, it's nice and hot. I still want the pasta to be more toothsome, and I'm not even an al dente girl, but this is the most tasty, for sure. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They say that you're supposed to have a minimum of 5 layers, and this has 12. Well done. Well done.
Tagliatelle bolognese.
So not the spaghetti.
No.
Spaghetti's a myth.
Spaghetti's a myth in this place. Tagliatelle is the local cut of pasta. Delicious, but again, like the bolognese sauce that I'm used to making and eating has a lot more of a tomato richness to it, but this is like meat focused. It's tasty, but it's just not what I think you expect when you come here.
We should speak to the spag bog.
Hang on, so here it is. Some people in Australia think it's spag bog, and some people in Australia think it's spag bowl. You guys should comment down below and say what you think it is. I think it's spag bog because it sounds better.
I think it's spag bowl.
Because you're an idiot.
Because I like to disagree. This is our favourite of all the places, number one. There's a bit of feedback. But I was just thinking that we've been living in Amalfi for 4 months now. And I've really noticed with this trip up north that the like disparity of the wealth between the north and the south, like culturally, the disparity of the wealth is really reflected in the food. So a lot of the foods that we've had here are super rich, so lots of like the meats and the cheeses, and even the pastas have all the like ragouts and different kinds of meat in it, but they also use lots of eggs. Where down south, the kind of foods that you're having, like the pizza in Naples is all just like tomato sauce, and a pizza base doesn't have eggs. And when we're in Puglia, again, very like vegetable focus, or just the bare minimum. Yeah, and I just thought it was interesting. It's like, it's very, the longer you stay here, you see the differences in the two, like the north and the south divide, I guess. Bologna is a bloody good time. It has all of the food, all of the culture, all of the charm as one of your biggest cities, but without all the tourists.
Bologna is to like Rome, like Montenegro is to Croatia. If you want to check out our couture video, you should click this link right here.
Thanks heaps for watching. We'll see you next time on Never Know. Arrivederci.